Commander James Mitchell had been the only human aboard the Celestial Harmony for 3 years. The Xylothian crew had accepted him grudgingly, treating him like a curiosity of fragile, short-lived specimen who required constant environmental adjustments. They underestimated him, catastrophically. The emergency klaxon wailed through the corridors at 03:00 hours. James jolted awake in his quarters, his heart hammering against his ribs. Years of military training kicked in instantly. He pulled on his flight suit and rushed toward the command center. Knowing something had gone terribly wrong, the bridge was chaos. Smoke billowed from damaged consoles, and the Xylothian bridge crew, massive beings with translucent skin and bioluminescent organs, were panicking. Captain Zoreth's forearms flailed uselessly as he barked orders in his clicking language. "Report," James demanded, his voice cutting through the noise. "Pirate vessels," Dr. Vex hissed, her antenna drooping. "The Krell, they breached our hull. Shields are failing. We have minutes." The Krell were nightmares incarnate, apex predators from the void sector who raided freighters and science vessels for sport and profit. They took slaves. They took organs. They took everything. James's jaw clenched. The Xylothians were scientists and explorers, not soldiers. They had minimal defensive training. He'd spent his short leaves teaching them basic combat theory, but they'd always seemed more amused than interested in his primitive Earth warfare strategies. That was about to change. "Lock down all secondary corridors," he ordered. "Get the non-essential personnel to the cargo bay. Seal the blast doors behind them. Now." Captain Zoreth stared at him, his luminescent organs flickering in confusion. "We should attempt diplomacy won't work with the Krell, sir. Trust me. I'll handle the boarding party." Before anyone could protest, James sprinted toward the armory. He accessed his personal locker and removed the plasma rifle he'd smuggled aboard. 3 years ago, regulations be damned. He loaded it with practiced efficiency, grabbed a combat blade, and secured thermal grenades to his belt. The Krell hit hard and fast, their vicious forms pouring through the breached section like a crimson tide. There were 20 of them, maybe more. Each stood 3 meters tall, with serrated claws and teeth that could tear through steel. James had seen the intelligence reports. To them, the Xylothians would be easy prey. He'd been easy prey to, once. Before Earth, before the academies, the drills, the decades of human warfare distilled into muscle memory and instinct. James positioned himself at the junction of the main corridor, where the narrow passage forced the Krell into single file. It was a bottleneck, an ancient tactic used since the days of the Spartans. The aliens didn't expect resistance from a human. They charged. The first Krell warrior barely made it 10 meters before the plasma bolt struck its chest. The creature shrieked, its body igniting from the inside out. The second and third fell just as quickly. Then James heard something he didn't expect, something clicking and chirping behind him. He spun to see 3 Xylothians in makeshift armor, clutching plasma rifles with trembling hands. "We fight to," Dr. Vex stated, her antenna rigid with determination. James's expression hardened into something the aliens had never seen before. Pure, focused combat fury. "Stay behind me. Only shoot what I miss." For the next 6 minutes, the corridor became a war zone. James moved like something primal, something that had evolved to fight or die. He burned through ammunition with surgical precision, never wasting a shot. When a Krell warrior got too close, he used the combat blade with brutal efficiency. The aliens had underestimated human flexibility, human speed, human pain tolerance. By the time Krell reinforcements breached the secondary bulkhead, their initial assault force was decimated. 11 of their warriors lay motionless in spreading pools of bioluminescent fluid. 8 more retreated when they realized the cargo they thought was defenseless could actually fight back. The retreat became a rout when Captain Zoreth, inspired by James's ferocity, activated the electromagnetic pulse. The Krell ships fled into the void, their cloaking systems failing, their crews screaming. Silence fell over the Celestial Harmony. James lowered his rifle, breathing hard. Around him, the Xylothians stared with something new in their alien eyes. No longer was the human the curiosity to be tolerated. He was the warrior, the protector, the one they misjudged. Captain Zoreth approached slowly and extended a trembling hand. "We were wrong about humans, Commander." James wiped blood from his face and managed a grim smile. "No, sir. You just finally saw what we really are."
Kindly like and subscribe channel. Thank you.